When Saul's son Ishbosheth heard that Abner had died in Hebron, he gave up, and all Israel was dismayed. Saul's son had two men who were leaders in raiding parties, one named Banah and the other named Rechab, son of Rimmon, the Beerothite of the Benjamites. Beeroth is also considered part of Benjamin, and the Beerothites fled to Gittim and still reside there as aliens today. Saul's son Jonathan had a son whose feet were crippled. He was 5 years old when the report about Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. His nanny picked up and fled, but as she was hurrying to flee, he fell and became lame. His name was Mephibosheth. Rechab and Banah, the sons of Rimmon the Betherite, set out and arrived at Ishbosheth's house during the heat of the day while the king was taking his midday nap. They entered the interior of the house as if to get wheat and stabbed him in the stomach. Then Rechab and his brother Banah escaped. They had entered the house while Ishbosheth was lying on his bed and in his bedroom and stabbed and killed him. They removed his head, took it, and traveled by the way to the Arabah all night. They brought Ishbosheth's head to David at Hebron and said to the king, "Here's the head of Ishbosheth, son of Saul, your enemy, who intended to take your life. Today the Lord has granted vengeance to my lord, the king, against Saul and his offspring." But David answered Rechab and his brother Banah, sons of Rimmon the Betherite, "As the Lord lives, the one who has redeemed my life for every distress, when the person told me, 'Look, Saul is dead,' he thought he was a bearer of good news. But I seized him and put him to death at Ziklag. That was my reward to him for his news. How much more when a wicked man kills a righteous man and his own house and his own bed? So now should I not require his blood from you and purge you from the earth?" So David gave orders to the young men, and they killed Rechab and Banah. They cut off their hands and feet and hung their bodies by the pool in Hebron. But they took Ishbosheth's head and buried him in Abner's tomb in Hebron.